The Brooklyn Nets control the opening tip. From the painted area, won't go down.
Sometimes in this game, the shots don't fall. You have to get yourself to the next play, though. That's the most important thing.
Missed that one. You want to see more, knowing the defender was still right there.
See, when good shooters catch, they
Stuffs it down with authority.
Oh, that's a great way to make an opening statement. It's about the team that's able to punch the other team in the mouth first. That's exactly what you want to do if you're the road team.
To Love. DeAndre Jordan pins it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Irving into the front court. Leads a bucket to Jordan. Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Shot from the lane won't go.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Curling inside. Nice finish at the rim.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Cavs at the controls. To Colin Sexton. And it's Jordan there for the rebound. To Dinwiddie. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Who's controlling the paint? The offense is controlling the paint right now. The defense needs to do a better job of making it more uncomfortable for those easy lays.
To Love. Great pass to set it up. Layup goes down. Well done.
Just remember an old saying here. You're only as good as your last shot, and your last shot went in, so it's time to get going.
Durant. To Dinwiddie. Brandon Knight snatching it out of the air. Fires the three. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
And too much contact.
A simple touch foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Beyond the arc for 3. Off the mark. No good. To Durant. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
The free throw good as he completes the three-point play, and the lead is up to 9. Cleveland has the basketball. To Clarkson. To Love. DeAndre Jordan with a piece.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Irving. Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. 3 for 4. Good start.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's... Whoa! Get that out of here!
Message sent, Jay. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor.
And number 12.
Love.
Joe Harris.
Down the lane to lay it in.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
Out of bounds. Last touch by DeAndre Jordan. Substitution being made in this one.
Number 16, Sadim Usman.
A drive down the lane, but the shot stays out to Jordan. Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. but Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
Spinning shot, won't fall. Jordan. Textbook body control on the Euro step.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there, but let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
Cavaliers with the basketball. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
And hits the first free throw. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Pass stolen by the Cavs. Tristan Thompson with the slam.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Count it.
Now, I know you probably don't want to hear this, but you have to take it one possession at a time. You have to continue to chip away. It hasn't been the best first quarter, but if you get a couple more of those to drop, you'll find yourself right back in this ballgame.
Kevin Durant sends it away. That misses with 3 seconds left. Kevin Durant, huge block. And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets. That'll do it for the first quarter, and the Nets enjoying some breathing room. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Clarkson with the basketball. They find themselves down 10. Knocked loose. Nets have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Ball in possession of Cleveland. And the finish at the rim.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Durant to Irving. Has a chance. The Cavs secure the rebound.
Offensive foul to number 16.
Harris, guarded by Brandon Knight. To Irving. For three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
It's Clarkson with the slam. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
Kyrie Irving, he is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Knight into the front court. His guy's currently down by 13. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip.
Subbing in for the Brooklyn Nets, number 2, Durant.
Jay, he commands the paint this time down. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Now the Cavs gonna signal for timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own.
Subbing in the Cleveland Cavaliers. Number 2.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Team foul number 2.
Colin Sexton at the line. First free throw is good. So he hits the first, misses the second.
Pick up.
To Irving. Kyrie Irving. He's now 5 for 6. Jay, you've known Kyrie Irving since he was a young man growing up in New Jersey. He's overcome a lot of obstacles, chief among them staying healthy and on the floor.
Yeah, Ed, he's been battling injuries since his freshman year of college, but the beautiful thing about Kyrie Irving is that he always loves the big stage. Making the game-winning shot in Game 7, he will continue to do so when he surrounds himself with great, inspiring leaders with the likes of such Kobe Bryant.
Throws it down. Nice finish for Kevin Love.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
Irving brings the ball up court. Tough make through traffic.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
The drive right to the basket. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
And a whistle.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Changes coming from both sides right now.
Substitutions.
Sexton to Love. Lets it fly from long range, and the rebound comes down to Jordan. To Durant. Kevin Durant. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Sexton to Love. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Kevin Love, no hesitation, hits the catch-and-shoot three.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2" guard. Scary.
Cavs at the controls. Sexton. Here comes the screen. To Love. Trying to cash in. Deep two there. Won't go. Durant across the timeline. His guy should be able to get the final shot. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Off the mark on his free throw. "17-footer at the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. It's been all net so far.
that concludes.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Right down Broadway for the two. Defender has to pick him up.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Jay, 28 wins a year ago for the Nets, but a couple of individuals, they shined in their playing time.
8 wins better than the year before. And think about Jared Allen for this team. He is a new age 5, has the versatility and the speed to run the court. And then you think about a guy like Spencer Dinwiddie, who actually got drafted in the 2nd round and actually gambled on himself, had a horrific knee injury. To see the kind of minutes due to the injuries that he played and the level that he played at, Ed, this team is on their way.
Down low to Jordan. Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. Looking good, 4 for 5.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Irving. Great defense, forcing the miss. Dinwiddie, defended by Knight. Easy path to the rim.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Into the front court, it's Irving. They lead it by 14. 4-3. He engulfed him that time. Sexton, that is great vision to set it up. Shot from the lane won't go. To Durant. Irving. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Kevin Durant trying to cash in on a 3-point play. Career 88% from the line. Cleveland has the basketball to Love. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Right down Broadway, 4-2.
What I like about Spencer Dinwiddie is that he's a worker. I remember he got hurt his last year in college at Colorado, still decided to take a chance on himself, went into the draft, got drafted 2nd round, and now I see him still defining and refining his game.
And finishes strong. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Kevin Durant.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. New blood coming in for both sides. Clarkson. Runner's good there.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Irving. Not that time. He misses. Clarkson with the basketball. Trailing by 15. From the painted area, won't go down. To Jordan. Irving. He missed his first 4 from downtown. He finally gets a 3 to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
Love. Down low Thompson. Big finish at the rim.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending. Cavaliers with the basketball. To Clarkson. DeAndre Jordan able to recover with the block. Cavs retain it. To Durant. Stuffs it down with authority.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Curling inside.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Kevin Durant rejects it. Third quarter comes to an end, and the Nets enjoying some breathing room. Brooklyn basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, maybe. But sometimes a team is so good that you never had a chance to even start.
Ball in possession of Cleveland. Here comes the screen. Sexton. They'll get it down to Thompson. And counted at the rim.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Jumper's good.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
To Jordan. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Irving. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Irving. Has a look. Irving no good with the shot there. Cavs at the controls. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Durant. Oh, knocks it down from 3.
Ooh, welcome to the new reality. Positionless basketball. Bigs are now PGs with the ability to drain threes.
Love. No good. Dinwiddie with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Got it.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show because that's what you're watching right now.
Oh, whistle.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Sexton. Down low Thompson. Stuffs it down with authority.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
To Dinwiddie. Here's a chance from long range. Tough shot for Dinwiddie. No good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
He connects. Not the guy you think would beat you.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
Durant. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Irving buries the wide open three. That's too easy.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
That'll get out of bounds off of Irving, so this will stay with the Cavs. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Wide open look won't go. Dinwiddie into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Picked up by the Nets.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Jordan. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Jared Allen at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Cleveland has the basketball. Kevin Durant with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
To Dinwiddie. Off the mark. Cruises inside for two.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Desperation shot here from half court. It's the Nets who are victorious as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew,